By now, you are already being invited for interviews and you're getting a good vibe and you're really excited about the indication that you are going to be appointed. And you can't wait to tell your family, you can't wait to tell your friends, and you can't wait to even hand in your notice. And you've even planned your first outfit. But here's the thing. The next day, you get an email and then they say, so sorry to tell you or to inform you that we are now proceeding with another interview and it is with regret that we are not going to offer you a job. What are you going to do, right? Welcome to my channel. My name is Tess Rumbi and I'm a career coach. I help people to transition their careers into high-paid jobs by using their existing skills or even if they've got zero experience. So today I'm going to talk to you about how to manage rejection after a job interview. How are you going to navigate through that? I'm going to give you simple tips that will help you to manage that process without feeling burnout, without feeling self-pity, or even giving up when you have already put in so much effort in doing your interview process, in doing your CV, and doing the actual interview itself. Okay, so what I would say is the first thing you need to do after you get a rejection or after you get a regret, ask for feedback. With this, you need to be mindful that sometimes recruiters will just not give you the right feedback that you want to give because they haven't got time, or sometimes they'll just give you watered down feedback. So take this with a pinch of salt. Some of them may come back to you and give you good feedback, and some of them will not give you so much good feedback. So it's always important to tread very carefully with the feedback that you're going to get. Okay, always respond back. If they give you feedback, respond by acknowledging and saying thank you. Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to burn bridges. And you may work in your favor. It may be that the candidate that they're taking may not be the right candidate and they will say that actually we want to come back to you again. So always make sure that you are being polite and you respond to any responses. And again, you are the one who asked for the feedback. So always make sure that you respond by acknowledging the feedback that they've given you. My second rule is when you're doing the job application, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't just apply for one job, or if this process, the interview process is going well, and then you neglect the other job applications that you're making. Make sure you are applying for as many job applications as you can, because in that way, if the one that you have gone through so many stages of interview and you've been successful and then they let you down right at the end of the process, if it doesn't go ahead, then you've got other options to consider. So don't put your eggs in one basket. Keep applying for other jobs. Don't just apply for any job. Remember what we spoke about in terms of being intentional and being specific about the jobs that you're applying for. Okay, so the next one is practice makes perfect. Don't let one interview process to put you off from other applications that you want to do. Practice make perfect, because that will help you to perfect on your stars. Remember the stars that we spoke about in my interview process, where we're talking about the situation, the task that you had to undertake, the actions that you specifically did, and the results of that action. Okay, so make sure you are practicing on your stars. Keep practicing, and go to as many interviews as you can, because then that's going to make you become more confident in your responses and also more confident in how you're going to engage with the interview panel when you go to the next job interview. Okay, if you are continually getting rejected, the next thing that you need to do, keep revisiting your CV. Make sure that your CV is reflecting what the job is asking for. And also make sure that you know your CV inside and out, so that your responses are in alignment with the questions that you're going to be asked. Okay, so make sure that you are very familiar and you know your CV inside out, because that's going to help you to answer questions. Most of the questions they ask you, they will refer to your CV, so you need to be able to explain any other tasks or any other job responsibilities that you may have outlined in your CV. So make sure that you're continually revisiting your CV so you can talk about it with confidence and convincing the interview panel. Okay, the last tip that I will give you is try to avoid burnout. The job interview or the job application process can be mentally and physically draining, and you need to be sure that you are looking after yourself in a way that you are taking care of yourself physically and mentally by avoiding burnout. It's okay for you to take a break. If you have been rejected so many times, give yourself time to reflect and look at the areas where you may need to improve, and look at the areas where you may need to do things differently. So try to avoid burnout and don't do interview after interview. This will give you space to just breathe, go out, link with your friends, talk to other people who may be going through the same situation as well. And also another important aspect that you need is having a career coach who will help you with the process to make sure that you avoid burnout. Now, if you are needing more support and more help on how to navigate this process, keep in touch and I'll be able to give you more tailored support that you need to navigate this without burning out, without getting tired, without getting frustrated. Thank you for tuning in. And if this is your first time to visit my channel, please support us by subscribing and also by liking. And if you're a returner, thank you so much for your continued support. I really appreciate it. Take care.